I can't believe I forgot to mention gaslighting. This is, I guess this is for Luke again. If you don't want to watch all this, that's okay. You don't have to do that, you know. I like making these because I like making these. At the end of the day, that's it. End of the sentence. I mean, that's it. I have so much joy in doing this. One day, I know my videos, and well, not even my videos, but just me in general, will be having a big impact on people. I know that. And honestly, I don't really care. As long as, you know, if one person changes because of me on this planet, I did my job. I mean, honestly. Now, I owe all my credit to a human being, but I don't really owe him my credit to a human being. But I will admit that there's a human being on this planet who taught me everything I know. That's my audio training. And my whole life changed because of a person. It was really source or spirit behind that person that was speaking to me, because that's what happens. Good or bad. They manifest. You manifest in your life, people, situations, circumstances, events. But you can read the Bible. Every time God intervened, he sent somebody. He sent somebody. Like somebody led Moses, Jesus. Like everybody, it's always a person. He uses people that are willing. Dark forces don't give a fuck if you're willing. That's the point. But anyway, I'm not trying to get too far off. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. We're going to talk about gaslighting today. We're going to talk about some of the tools, because there's only so many different ways that these that narcissists are able to manipulate you, because, you know, it's a lie. What's really going on is that the truth, you know, I was told this blew me away. Secrecy is information that is detrimental to somebody when not known. So sometimes in life, you might be in a relationship and you have secret information, right? Narcissists don't reveal much about their lives. It's really interesting because you'll be dating somebody for months, and if you really think about it, you know nothing about them. How'd that happen? How the fuck like my mom, I don't know nothing about her. Like, weird. And the reason why is because they have secrets. Because if you knew the things that they've done, right, if you knew, my God, you'd really be looking at the real person now, wouldn't you? You know, there's a difference between private information and secret information. You know, you could have information on your phone that's private and you don't want somebody else reading it. You know, maybe you're writing a book and you got it saved on your phone. You don't want your girlfriend reading it. That's okay. But there's a difference between that and you cheating on her on your phone. That's called secrecy. You're secretly cheating on her. Like maybe you're flirting with people on your phone. That's secrecy. You have information that would be detrimental if known. It's actually, I take that back. It's detrimental because it's not known. I'm sorry. I fucked that up. That's what fucked me up about secrecy, is information that is detrimental because you don't know. Sorry. I apologize for misinforming you. Secrecy is information that is detrimental because you don't know. If you knew, you wouldn't be in this situation, would you? But instead, you don't know, and now this person's manipulating you, and it's a problem. Because if you really knew, it wouldn't be a problem. If you knew where all the money went through taxes and the government, you would stop giving your money. But you don't know. So it's actually not private information used to, you know, to keep America in check. We don't want to know what the enemies of other countries, we don't want them to know. So put all your billions into ASAP programs, special access programs, where we invested in the military projects that you know nothing about, but it's there to help you. But it's not. It's actually to our detriment because we don't know. There's no checks and balances on this. I'm kind of getting off that. We're going to talk about gaslighting real quick. We're going to get into it. Gaslighting, and I wrote it down from Google. If you want to Google it yourself, Google it. I kind of hate that we live in a world where this is an issue, and the term is like this. I don't even know where it came from. Why the fuck is it called gaslighting? Like, you know, it's like a stupid word. But anyway, that's the term we have to work with, so let's do it. Gaslighting. Manipulating someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning. So gaslighting is when somebody is manipulating you using their own psychological methods into you. So you are now questioning, am I crazy? Did I just see something, but I didn't see it? You know, you could catch your girlfriend cheating on you. You know that song, caught me banging on the sofa, wasn't me. Caught me banging in the counter, wasn't me. Caught me banging in the shower, wasn't me. Like, that is gaslighting. That is gaslighting. Gaslighting is when that's real. You could literally walk in, watch as your girlfriend, like, just got done wiping her mouth and some guy zipping his pants up. And she could walk up to you, hug you, give you a good old love bomb, and convince you that you're like insane. Why would I ever cheat on you? What? No. Ain't that funny? That's gaslighting. I'm convincing you that, who do you listen to? Whoa. Right. Now you know. Why do I always talk about who do you listen to? Why do I talk about that? Because gaslighting. That's why. That's why. Gaslighting. That's why. Because if you listen to these people, they can convince you. You have no idea the psychological strength. I just said that in my last video. Narcissists are super strong psychologically. Very powerful. So are psychopaths. I watched a video of this guy. I was told while watching a video about gaslighting and so on and so forth to go watch this video. So I'm listening to a guy who studies psychopaths and narcissists, and he said, watch this video. It's the actual interview of like 4 or 5 police officers talking to this psychopath. I watched it. It was 40 minutes long. At the end of the video, I didn't know nothing about the guy before I watched it. I thought, but just by watching it, that, man, that guy is, you know, like a pretty slick dude. Like, the way he was talking to the cops, they were gaslit. He actually convinced them, you know, he's like, you know, I'm a human being. You know, 30 years ago, nobody put a lie detector test on that girl because there's a girl that was like a victim of his that survived. I know, I'm going to get into that in a second. And he was talking about how fucked it is that you didn't hook her up to a lie detector test. You did it to me, but you didn't even try to go to, you're just going on your own agenda to go after me because of what this girl said, but you never tied her up to a lie detector test. And now, 30 years later, you still haven't done it. And he's talking. And he's talking. And he's using this ability to make them question what's already known. And at the end of the video, I looked up. I said, what did this guy do? He like raped and murdered like 13 people. But when you watch the video, your defenses are lowered. Like, the cops were like, well, we apologize. Like, well, we're not the same police department from 30 years ago. Like, I'm sorry. Like, they were legit. They legit fell for it. This guy is talking. He, like, raped and murdered, like, 13 people. And one fucking bitch got away. And here he is talking all these years later. And he's, like, out on leave of apps. Like, he's actually kind of defeated this. Like, he went to prison for, like, so many decades. But he's kind of out and about. And it's so obvious that he murdered and raped. Fact, like 13 people, but he's so good at gaslighting, the master of gaslighting, that he got like 5 cops who witnessed, like, who they were there at certain, they saw the evidence of what the fuck this guy did, and yet they still got gaslit. That's how powerful this is. For a person to walk up and make you question reality, make you believe you're insane for the things you're saying. You know, my mom did it to me. That's what they do. All of them do that. They gaslight you. It's very important to understand what is gaslighting. I just read you the definition, but you should watch examples of it. But usually this is how a narcissist works. You go on a date. You get to the date. You don't know it yet, but the person you're dating is a narcissist. Now, they have a goal. They have to be able to figure you out mentally, love bomb you. Let me rephrase it. They have to figure you out, get you under their control, keep you under their control, so they have a source of narcissistical supply. And also any other benefits that they want, which is like your housing, anything, you know. It's funny because sometimes a narcissist will like pay money out of their own pocket to pay rent at your house just so they know that you can never go. That's what I mean. Like they'll even do something like that. And you'll be like, but they're a nice person. Like they literally let me live at their house for free. And you'll be like, yeah. Like that's my buddy Jake. He lives at his mom's house for free. That's because you're a narcissistical supply. You're not allowed to go anywhere. And also, because this video is for Luke, you mentioned that I should get the phone numbers and people at my job because they sound like good people. For me in this life, I know I'm not meant to stay around for people long. I'm meant to be here and be an impact, and then I go my own way. And if there's any evidence about what I'm saying is true, is that drug addiction and narcissism all revolve around codependency. And codependency is this thing where I need to have you in my life. And the truth is, and I love it, I don't really need anybody. I love people, but I don't need any of you. Like, you know, and so I don't want to be in somebody's life like that. I don't want you to be able to call me up at any time. I already know what that feels like. I don't like that feeling in general. You know, I can get into it, but there's a reason why dark forces use that as a tool. That's a tool. Like that codependency thing where you need us, that's the tool. It's a big part of it. So I will say that if in life, be aware of it, you know, you shouldn't be, there's a lot of great people that are codependent, and narcissism actually develops you into being a codependent person. Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, all these people that we celebrate aren't looking towards their mom and making sure it's okay. You know, like there's a certain amount of them leading their own fucking life about it, and it's a lack of codependency. And so it's very important to be dependent. Not that you can't have friends. Me in my life personally, it's not meant to be like that. You know, I'm meant to be, you know, it's personal. But I will say this, you be aware that is usually a sign of codependency. Usually is. It's not that big of a deal like that, but you know what I mean. And also, the income is the average of your 5 best friends. So when you stick around with people, their energy and your energy matches out. And the way we can prove that through mathematics, which reveals truths, is that mathematically, if people make $60,000 a year and they hang out with other people that make $60,000, if we add up the 5 people you spend most of your time with, you become or you get what you think about most of the time. Remember I said that in my last video? Whoever you hang out with most of the time, their incomes all level out. So I've come from a place of poverty. Most of my friends are all poverty. I don't want that. And I am willing to give up these people in order to give money because I want to influence this world positively. And I say that because there's a lot of celebrities. You know, I talk about manifesting, good or bad, these things work. Understand that, good or bad. That's why it's important to be a person balanced in both, because you always have an ego. Well, I have an ego. 1313. I have an ego. We all have a fucking ego. You have a dark side about you that you're not claiming. And I see that with a lot of people. There's some people on here that aren't narcissists. You know, they might be happy churchgoers, but there's a dark side to them that they're not acknowledging and accounting for. And that's really where their weaknesses are. And there's people that are just pure evil who are able to manipulate, manifest, get things they want. I'm not even kidding, like anything, like everything. And don't feel bad. You don't feel, you know, they don't enjoy. The truth is, they're not enjoying any of it. I know it sounds so fucked up, but they're hollow. They're not even them. And it's a deep topic. But there is tools that in my training that came from both. It was the tools that matter. So, yeah, narcissists don't really care about you anyway. So, yeah, if it makes sense if one were to become famous, if they were to stumble upon this ability to do this, you know, because this is a law, you know, they're out, they receive, they get more, their belief level and being able to do that gets more and more. Hell, I'll do open mics. I'll do acting. I act all the time. Acting's a dark art. Did you know that? I love acting, but acting is a master of the dark arts because you're mimicking through mental powers. You know, when a narcissist walks up and love bombs you, they're acting. They're acting. They don't actually care at all. It's acting. They're acting. They're being an actor. And that's why all types of people love acting and watch movies, because even if you're evil, narcissists love, people like narcissists that go to prison and stuff, they get better and stronger at their abilities because they observe other people that are masters at narcissism or masters of manipulation, and they get better at it. So when a narcissist watches a movie and they're like, they see how somebody was slick and they got what they want. They're watching a movie and the gangster in the movie is slick. And so they mimic that because you become or you get what you think about, and they're already a bad person. So they're focusing on people that are also bad. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I know I'm kind of jumping everywhere. Sorry. But anyway, a narcissist will walk up, they'll love bomb you. They're acting. And I have nothing against acting. Like, I love acting. But I'm just saying that is a dark arts form. But they'll love bomb you. So they'll act and do whatever they think. You could actually sense this, that if you're unclouded through the love bombing, like you can't walk up and love bomb me anymore. I used to fall for that. And that's it. I would just keep falling. There would be great women walking past me in life, but it would be the one that love bombed me that I'd fall for, because it's like I'm waiting for that. And that is how narcissists create other people that turn into narcissists. It just keeps happening. This pattern keeps going down the line. It's embedding certain energies within you that other energies find that work out with. Somebody, a narcissist needs to manifest energetic supply. Law of attraction says that whatever they think about and believe they can get, they will. Some narcissists have such high beliefs, they become famous. Some narcissists are like a 10 out of 10 on a body. Like their body be a 10 out of 10, but they be dating like the ugliest person in the world. Why? Because they just suck ass. Like they just didn't work out the skills. So this is the best they can get, because obviously other people walk up and go like, wow, what a nice body this bitch. But she's, they figure out that this person sucks and they get out because she's not that good at acting or manipulating or whatever. And this is the best they can get. And you'll be like, and it's funny because you'll be like, how could they date somebody like that? And you're just thinking in the wrong way. These people are thinking completely different. They're wired completely different. And that's the problem with people, is they just can't comprehend that there's people like this walking around. And that is why I like making this channel, because I've seen it. So it's like, this is a whole other world. And it's, people, like I said before, open doors for these people. They help out these people. These people, when their car breaks down, you're there to help them. They would fucking slit your throat and laugh about it if they could get away with it. That's the funniest thing about it all to me. Anyway. So a person, they have to love bomb you. Love bombing, they love bomb you. So you're on a date, you meet a narcissist, it goes so great. Like that actually would be how most idiots would fall for it. Like if I was living with somebody and I go, how was that date? Hey, how was that date you went on with that one girl? Amazing. Oh my God, she's perfect. Like, how I was telling you I love playing fucking World at Warcraft? She has a World at Warcraft. No way, yeah. And you talking about, and that too, yeah. You'll be blown away about how everything is perfect for you. Like, she's perfect for you. That's love bombing, like everything. Because there's no limit to what this person will say or do in order to trick you. So, the date could go perfect. Seriously, that date with that narcissist on that first date, amazing. Oh my God. Best date of your life. It'll probably be a better date than the love of your life. The love of your life will be the love of your life. But that first date with a narcissist is amazing. They go above and beyond. They go above and beyond on that first date. They go above and beyond maybe on that second date or third date or fourth date. But the truth is, it's a lie. It can't be held up forever, Anyway, and that's why it's important to also observe without be unclouded. It's good to throw appreciation and all that stuff back, but you got to observe these people. So what's going to happen is they're going to love bomb you. And let's say you fall for it, because either you figure out they're narcissists and you walk away. That's the whole game, But let's say you fall for it, like most people. After they got you in their energy, they got you in their control, the whole goal is to keep you under narcissistical supply. You don't have to be the only one. It's good for them to go out and get others. So when you're dating one, they will go out and date others or try to date others because they need to get more supply. They get bored. You're boring. I want a new toy. And they'll throw you to the side. That's how they see it. You're an object. You need to understand that. So they need to get narcissist supply. They need to have a constant supply of it. It's like a drug addiction. It's both ways. They need that supply. They have to find it. And they don't want other people taking the mask off, because then they won't be able to function the same. It'll be harder for them. They have everything to lose if you reveal. And that's actually very important. And I mean this. If you find out, and I wish I said this to my buddy Jake. Jake, if you're watching this. Kyle, if you're watching this. I don't know if you are. If your parent, we already know your parent's a narcissist. You do not want to face that like that. I don't have regrets, but it was scary, brutal, and I faced death because I did it. I'm not kidding. When you tear off the mask off a narcissist, the scariest, most horrendous thing you can imagine will happen. Because once they know you know, it's a whole other game. Whole other game. Because this whole time, after they love bombed you, they knew that this is where you were. And they're like, all right, get that down every day. Trying to get that more and more. And get a good grip. Good grip on you. Good grip. Never let go. And when you know that something loses the grip on you, and you start to realize that your whole life has just been going down. Because if you ain't growing, you dying. And they're stealing your power so they can manifest their own reality. You know, like my mom manipulated me and her kids in order to, brainwash my grandpa to give her money so she doesn't have to get a job, so she could stay at her house. In fact, that actually benefits me too. I'll just go out and meet a guy, take everything he's got, and if I do have a kid, then I'll hit him with child support, and then I'll have more support. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps going. There's no limit. So when you figure out that someone's a narcissist, get the fuck out. Don't try to convince them. Don't try to change them. Don't try to help them. Get out. Your life is dependent on that. These people will kill you in indirect ways. I'm not kidding. These people will kill you. Mom, dad, brother, sister, girlfriend, boy. These people will kill you. They will bury you alive before they let themselves be revealed to others. And that's why, personally, I like doing that. I do not suggest at all, if you are involved with this is why this is scary. When I made this 222, when I made this joke, I'm not kidding. Like, they will embed themselves like a parasite into your life. They'll make you dependent on them. They'll make it to where now you got her name on your bill or something, the house, you know what I mean? They'll do that. They'll get their fingers in the legal system. Most lawyers get paid because of narcissists. Most of the time, when it comes to legal issues, a narcissist will take you to court and ass fuck you hard. All the way. All the way. They're great at that. I can tell you my mom's done forgery, all kinds of stuff. My child support was like 3 times more than the average kid. Amazing. My mom, I remember with my little brother's dad, like she banged him, had a kid, got him with child support, kicked him out of his own house, and then sold all his stuff on the front lawn after doing a restraining order. Power play. Ain't that a power play? Imagine that. Imagine you driving by your girlfriend's house that you had a kid with, and she's like, hi, it's right, all your stuff for sale. Yeah, imagine that. Everything you cared about physically, just getting solid. Yeah. Anyway, gaslighting is when they can do that, and then they reel you back in for round 2. And that's funny, because that happened to my little brother's dad, where he's dumb enough to keep fucking with his bitch. That's what I mean. That's gaslighting right there. That's gaslighting right there. Fuck you over so hard. And then do a love bomb. Or just convince you that you're crazy. That all those things. That one kind of played out to where that dude's already trapped. He already had, she already knows what she's doing. The truth is, when I said goodbye to my mom, she sold all my shit on my yard, from what I'm told. I don't even care. I know my little brother told me that, and I shouldn't reveal shit, but right there, I don't even care. Because the way narcissists work is like that, where they put other people against each other. They're very good at that. Another term I forgot to bring up since I'm on this, flying monkeys. Narcissists, this is a term. You can look up videos from professionals, and they'll use the Wizard of Oz reference, flying monkeys. A witch, right? She sends her flying monkeys to do her evil deeds. And the Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West, I think it's the West, sends her flying monkeys to do her dirty work. Narcissists, as I said with narcissistical supply, they're always being puppet masters. They are controlling a board of people. And they know what to do with what people to get other people to go down or up or whatever. They know how to be like, okay, I'm your mom and I'm a narcissist. I'm going to call grandpa. And then I'll have a conversation with my grandpa. And my grandpa, this actually happened, will give me this whole thing about, now he's calling the cops on me because he doesn't want to face her. That happened. And I think it's so funny that you would pick her over me. That it really happened. But that's how fear and stuff can stimulate you, like I was talking about in the last video. I got a few minutes left, so let me keep going. Flying monkeys. When I stood up on Facebook to my mom, a bunch of flying monkeys hit me. It's a real experience, and it's a really detrimental experience. Flying monkeys and enablers both hit me, which means that I stood up to my mom and other people who cannot stand up to my mom in my family decided to attack me. And other people who are also narcissists or other people who have narcissists in their lives enabled it. So basically, I stood up to my mom, and I remember a bunch of people were like, what a fucking horrible kid. That's what happened. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I found out, like, my mom's, like, borderline evil. And I try to, and they're like, what a bad kid. Wow. And everything she done for you. She fed you. She kept you in her house. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you talking? Like, are you kidding me? I have been happier homeless. Anyway, that's flying monkeys all day. So the instant they detect, that they are losing the battle, they'll send flying monkeys. And the flying monkeys will gaslight you, too. They'll enable you. They'll be like, hey, your mom's just having a bad day. Or that's just how she is. That's enabling. When what's funny? When I was getting car insurance, I have a video about this. I was talking to my car insurance person, and the conversation popped up because it was my mom's birthday. So I was literally getting car insurance for my car on my mom's birthday. And when I brought it up, she's like, I'm pretty sure that my dad's stepmom, who I never lived with, was, or whatever the fuck, I can't remember. Watch my other video if you want to know. But she was talking about like her stepdad that she didn't live with, or her stepmom or some shit. I'm pretty sure that they were a narcissist. And, so I kind of understand what you're saying. But she said, but it's your mom, and you should probably go back to her. That's what she said. And I remember when I hung up on the phone, I said, wow, like, think about how that works. Like, you live in a world where, who do you listen to? This person is enabling this bad behavior that will never change and doesn't benefit anybody on the planet. But this person says, go back to it. And that is why 2828, I love making this video, because that's what they do. They're really good at keeping you under their foot. They're really good with that codependency thing. They got you in their grips. Listen close. If you have a family member that's a narcissist, they have you in their grips more than you realize. Mentally, they're a lot farther ahead than most people. I don't mean just straight intelligence. I mean just psychological warfare. Their abilities are just untapped on this. And I don't have a problem admitting that I have learned a lot from them. And I use those same tools with love in my heart all the time. It's actually really interesting, because I've actually been able to change people that have narcissists in their lives by becoming a narcissist for enough of a time period for them to get it. I'm not kidding. Like, I know that sounds weird, but that's because these people, they program you to be this thing that when they want it, they get it. And they programmed you perfectly, like a plug in a socket. When they want their energy, they come and they get it. You're always there. You're always nearby. at their whim, they have programmed you. They're continuingly programming you. And any time, at any point, you think you're starting to see that, they gaslight you and say, no. And they love bomb you. They do things, but they try to make you question your own sanity. Ironically, they're destroying you. But anytime you start to figure it out, gaslight. That's when that comes in. Gaslight. That's when that comes in. They'll also get enablers, other people that'll convince you that gaslighting. They'll convince you that you're crazy. Your mom's a good, it's your mom. It's your mom. What are you doing? It's your mom. It's your mother. It gets me every time. And it's funny because enablers, the best way to handle somebody who's an enabler is don't worry about them. Because enablers are people that are also in that narcissist life. They're like the king vampire. They're the head honcho. And so that narcissist got a whole string of puppets. And when one of the puppets get out of line, they send other puppets that way to get that person back in line. Master, where's the dreams that I've been after? Master, promised only lies. But no, when an enabler is convincing you, like, you're in a family, your mom's a narcissist, your dad could be an enabler. My dad's a narcissist too, but anyway, let's say your dad's not. Your dad will be like, well, it's, your brothers and sisters, well, What they're really doing is they notice that you're the scapegoat, that you're the one that's getting most of the bullshit. Like Kyle. In Jake's life, if you're watching this, Kyle is the scapegoat. So that means that person gets the most bullshit out of the family. And Jacob, even though he's getting manipulated too, is also an enabler because he'll stay at the house, help out his mom. He doesn't have to get a job. He gets to stay here. He gets benefits from enabling her. He doesn't get treated down here. He gets treated here. He'll never get past that, but there's somebody that's getting the blunt end of that shit. And an enabler is somebody who doesn't want it. They don't want to get that end of the shit, so they'll watch and they'll push you out. Sacrifice. They'll push you out and let you get all of it. And that happened to me. So I know what it's like to be in a family unit where I'm the one going to police stations on my 18th birthday. He's on death